Hails and welcome to Rauta and Finnish black metal time. Now, disclaimer first. This is my friend's band, so by no means I am unbiased. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased when it comes to reviewing my friend's work, especially when it's someone I used to play in the same band too, and very good friend. Now, this being said, however, I think, separate the art from the artist, which I've been doing always. Some people say it's impossible. I say, yeah, feel free to disagree. I think otherwise. So here I'm not talking about my friend or praising his music because he's a friend of mine. I actually have reviewed a couple of Flagg albums before, that is the two first ones. So you can pretty much figure it out. I'm not praising it because he's my friend, because those two albums are not that good. They're pretty decent and all that stuff, but not that good. However, hopefully things have turned for the better this time, because Flagg's third album, now with the new logo and all, is the best one so far. So here we go. Very fresh from the oven. This was released on April 4th, and I'm filming this on April 2nd. So technically speaking, I'm talking to the future. Diabolical Bloodlust. Like with previous times, the debut and the follow-up album, this is done by two main members of the band. Flagg doing guitars, bass, synthesizers, and then Tyrant of, for example, Malum and Kalmanganda doing the vocals. And once again, the session or mercenary drummer, Mr. Christoph Klingbein, is here taking care of the drums. That's why I was told separated. Like here is Flagg doing things and, basically everything else. Music, lyrics, Flagg. And then Tyrant doing vocals. And drums are here separated. Not mentioned it's separated as a session drummer, but technically speaking, that he is a hired gun from Poland. Now, style-wise, not much have changed, but it's given that now with more maturity. I mean, the first album was done around after a year when the band was formed, and another one came very quickly after that. This time, it has taken something like 3-4 years before this third album in the making, and I think maturing time has really been doing its rewards, meaning this is the best album by Flagg so far. I even updated the new logo to the Metal Archive site today. Here you can see Rauta doing his work. So, 3 albums in now, doing rather traditional second wave black metal legacy, continuing with 2025 ways. Once again, this is kind of a rough black metal, meaning it's not very polished, it's nowhere near the symphonic or third wave dissonant black metals or anything of that sort. So forget everything you think about orchestrated, symphonic black metal or experimental ones, but sticking to the basic guns from the 90s. Style is raw, rough, but melodic. Usually rather high tempo versus, mid-tempo, not to mention slow ones. However, for example, the last track is a little bit different, being a little bit more melancholic than the rest of the tracks, which I think is, once again, showing a little bit of this maturity with the given band. I mean, it's showcasing that Flagg has, in my opinion, evolved as a songwriter. So, of course, it's a rewarding experience after 2 albums coming 2 back-to-back and basically doing the very first 2 album things. Now, they're saying among, at least Finnish reviewers, how the third album is the hard one, and usually it goes because with the first album you put out your initial ideas, then the successor is usually more that, sometimes more polished, sometimes just leftover from the first tracks. So it's hard to say which one is usually a better one, the first or the second one. But usually not too much evolution happens, especially when albums are done back to back. Third album is usually the charm. I mean, it's pretty much the break or lose kind of a point. Saying some albums, some bands are more like, yeah, this time we really need to reinvent ourselves. We need to figure out new direction and whatnot. Sometimes it goes for the better. Sometimes it's like, nope. No, don't go there. Don't go even near. But it depends, band to band. There are so many different ways and different tales. For Flagg's case, it's more like sticking to the guns but now making it better. Which means that, in my opinion, this is so far the best songwriting, like I mentioned. And there is more kind of a little bit of the captivating moments now. Overall, nothing has changed too much, so it's more like reconfirming what you already had with Flagg with 2 albums out. Once again, less than 37 minutes, I say again, meaning that nothing here is like 60 minutes this time versus over 35 last time. So it's like the pretty basic 8 songs, less than 40 minutes, give or go, and that's pretty much of it. Nice work overall, I would say. The only small complaints are the guitar sound now it sounds like a little bit too weak, especially for the more polished drumming. Polish drummer, puns. My point here is it is a little bit like giving this homemade feeling, and in my opinion, it would need more rust or some kind of a punch to it. It's more like sorry I exist kind of a thing, especially with the more melodic kinds. It's not annoying, it's not bothering, but it's noteworthy. Another thing which is more about, mixing is that sometimes the vocals are too much on the background because they are fierce and hateful. And in my opinion, they need to be more front. But these are just details, don't really ruin anything, obviously. And drumming, as always, is very skilled and talented. It's almost just like they're a little bit different breed, and you can kind of hear it's done in separate parts of the world because it's not like they are playing together, but these are probably because I know, and that's why you kind of sense it more accurately than someone who is random or totally unknown to this band priorly. Anyway, Flagg's third album definitely worth a go, and it's nice to see the band is evolving and getting better over the years. Now maybe not big step. So those who are existing Flagg fans, I don't think they're going to be disappointed, but happily surprised. But once again, if you didn't like the two previous ones, this is not going to change the game too much. And the same goes the other direction. If you like the two previous ones, I think you will like it even more. The links are provided in the description box, so start listening, and if you like it, go buy it. Released through Purity through Fire in April 2025, so you should be able to get your copy through the label or via the band if you are interested. Now, off you go and enjoy.